Socialite, the show where we talk about various social and professional issues in the IT industry. I'm Daniel Insigne, and for today's episode, we're going to be diving into social networking, an overview of the moral cyberspace landscape. But before we get started, I'd love to introduce to you first our guests for today, who will be sharing their thoughts and knowledge about today's discussion. Now, without further ado, please welcome Gabriel Fortes, Emmanuel Herrera, Crispin Orino VI, Yurik Mamales, and MJ Gloria. So let's cut to the chase. Can anyone explain to us what is social media, as well as
Uh,
some example platforms?
um, I can explain what social media is. So, social media is basically a platform in which you as a person can share your thoughts or anything that you want. Thoughts, opinions, videos, pictures, your art, to everyone, to your friends or family, or to anyone in the internet, as well as now you can send messages to also everyone. As you know, from what the title said, it's a social media. So it's just basically formed around socializing, which is interesting because it started as a simple sharing application for people to be expressive or creative for other people, and now it kind of turned into more of a area on where corporations can like share their uh things or products for advertisement, and also a way for people to share themselves to become more famous and such. For examples, I think Emmanuel has some thoughts on that.
Yes. Today, we're exploring popular platforms that shape our digital interactions. First up is Facebook, a social networking giant where users can share updates, photos, and connect with their friends and family. Secondly, Twitter, it's all about real-time conversations with users posting short, quick-fire tweets. And Instagram focuses on visual storytelling, letting users share photos and videos with their followers. And lastly, the most famous, TikTok is the go-to for short, engaging video content, often featuring trending challenges and music. Each platform is it offers a unique way to engage with the world, making our digital lives more interconnected than ever. Next.
I'm quite the old soul myself. Back in the day, the only social media I know of is Friendster and Facebook. Time sure does fly. Anyway, with that said, social media sounds like a great tool for a lot of things. Would you guys happen to know any real life application for this?
That's right. As Daniel and Iman said, social media is a great tool for a lot of things, like in job applications. Gone are the days when your resume and cover letters were the only tools in your arsenal to land that dream job. Today, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, maybe even your TikTok could be playing a much bigger role than you ever imagined. So let's get into it. Alright, simulan natin ng merong istorya. Imagine this, you've just nailed an interview. You failed, you feel the vibes, you know you're perfect for the role. But then the recruiter decides to do, let's call it a digital detective work. They pull up your Facebook, your Twitter, and what's that? A 5-year-old rant about how much you hated your last job. Yikes! Turns out about 70% of employers check social media profiles during the hiring processes. Yep, you heard me right, 70%. And that's not just LinkedIn, it's also those platforms where you're posting your good cat videos, your gym selfies, or even your drinking nights. So why are they doing this? Why is social media becoming the unofficial third interview? Well, here's the scoop. Companies want to see the real you. They're looking for red flags. Sure, but also green flags. Things like your communication skills, creativity, and believe it or not, your sense of humor. You're piecing together a jigsaw puzzle to see where you are a cultural fit for their team. But here's the twist. It's not just about avoiding the bad stuff like, hey, maybe don't post that wild party from 2022. It's about highlighting the good stuff. Got a blog where you talk about industry trends? Share it. Been volunteering? Post those pics. Let them see what you really are. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yurik, does this mean I have to censor my entire life? Not exactly. I mean, you don't need to transform your Instagram into a corporate PowerPoint, presentation, that would certainly suck. But think about this. Are there ways you can create your digital footprint to reflect your professional work ethic? Yes.
Of course, it's business. I myself have seen multiple ads and marketing of different kind of stuff, be it in the food industry, eat industry, and all other stuff so far. So far, I've noticed that social media has become a vital business tool, allowing companies to connect with their audience, increase brand visibility, and drive growth. By using platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, businesses can engage customers, promote products, provide customer support, and gather valuable market insights. Social media also helps in targeted advertising, fostering relationships with influencers, and building a strong online community. In short, it's an essential component of modern business strategy, helping to create awareness, trust, and loyalty.
Of course, it's business. I myself have seen multiple ads and marketing of different kinds of stuff, be it in the food industry, IT industry, and all that other stuff. So far, I've noticed that social media has been good in a lot of facets, and it makes me think if there are pros, then there are definitely some cons.
With millions of people connecting online every day, it's essential to address the dark sides of these interactions, including cyber abuse, harassment, and safety concerns. Let's explore these ethical dilemmas together. Cyber abuse encompasses any form of mistreatment or neglect using electronic communication, such as social media, messaging, or email. This type of abuse can result in substantial harm and emotional distress to the victim. Cyber harassment, on the other hand, is a type of online abuse that involves persistent and unwanted messages as well as the sharing of explicit images without consent with the intention of degrading or humiliating the recipient. To safeguard yourself from these, it's essential to adhere the following valuable tips. First, use strong and unique passwords for all your online accounts. A strong password typically includes a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. If you have a relationship, jowa, or a partner of life in life, after ending a relationship or going through a breakup, it's advisable to reset your passwords to prevent unauthorized access to your accounts. Routinely review and adjust your privacy settings on social media platforms and other online services to ensure that your personal information is protected. Refrain from sharing personal information of your current location on the internet, as this information can be exploited by malicious individuals. Lastly, always exercise caution when accepting friend requests from individuals you don't know personally, as this could expose you to potential risk or online scams. Next, let's talk about cyberstalking. It is a form of online harassment that goes beyond occasional interaction. It involves persistent and unwanted behavior that induces fear and can occur over an extended period. Example of these may include repeated sending threatening or harassing emails, spreading false rumors or personal information online, creating fake profile to monitor someone's online activity, or constantly sending unwanted messages on social media platforms. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, it's important to take the following actions. First, contact your local law enforcement and report the situation. Consider suspending your social media accounts to protect your online presence. Never engage with or agree to meet the stalker in person. Document all
Of
instances of harassment and provide a written notice to the stalker, clearly stating that their behavior is unwanted and you want it to stop. Next, let's address the alarming encounters with sexual predators. Social networking platforms have faced criticism for not doing enough to protect minors. Numerous laws, such as Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009, are in place to address these concerns. But it's still important to remain vigilant, despite these strict policies on many platforms to prevent the sharing of inappropriate content. Effectively enforcing these regulations can be quite difficult. As a result, cases of cyber exploitation and explicit material often manages to evade detection, leading to significant emotional distress. Remember, Section 230 of Communication Decency Act provide limited protection for these platforms, but users must remain aware of their rights and reporting tools. Lastly, let's discuss employee participation on social media. The First Amendment safeguards free speech, but what about the private employers? It's important to note that approximately 80% of employers have terminated employees because of their social media posts. To prevent such situation, companies should establish comprehensive social media policies that safeguard employees as well as the organization. These policies should address various key points, including guidelines on personal social media usage during work hours, promoting respectful interaction, prohibiting the sharing of confidential information, and encouraging positive employee engagement. Social networking is an incredible, powerful tool that has transformed the way we connect and communicate with others. However, it's important to be mindful of the ethical consideration and potential risks associated with online interaction. By increasing awareness of these issues, we can work towards fostering a safer and more positive online environment for everyone to enjoy. If you find yourself experiencing any form of online abuse or if you're in need of assistance, it's crucial not to suffer in silence. Reach out to your local authorities, trusted individuals, or professional support services for help and guidance. Your well being and safety are of the utmost importance, and there are resources available to support you through any challenges you may encounter.
And that wraps up today's podcast. Today we learned about social media, its pros and cons, some of its real world applications, and of course the issues it faces. Let's always remember the saying, think before you click, as to prevent ourselves from getting into sticky situations. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Daniel, together with Gabrielle, Emmanuel, Crispin, and MJ. This has been Socialite.